Hey everybody, Doomwake here, and welcome back to some more Pioneer action on the channel. And today we are getting really close to Regional Championship in DC. Depending on when this goes out, might only be a week or two away. It's getting close for sure. I am trying to figure out, and I'm trying to convince myself to not play Izzet Phoenix. Now, that goal has proven to be very difficult so far, but today maybe we found something. Before we continue, as always, if you enjoy this type of content, please be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. It really does help out the content in the channel. And most importantly, let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. And I do read all of the comments, I promise you. With all of that said, Rakdos mid-range. They banned Sorin, and Rakdos still one of the best decks? Maybe? I think it is. And the reason for that is because I think it's one of the few decks in the format that actually has a reasonable Phoenix matchup. If you take a look at what's going on here, you have a good mix. I mean, you could honestly just copy paste the misplaced Ginger list from 2022, and this would be the same exact deck list. There's not a lot has changed since then. But I think it has a reasonable Phoenix matchup because you're presenting a lot of threats that are not that hard or not that easy for the Phoenix deck to kill. We mentioned in a previous video, depending on when this goes out, Archfiend of the Dross, 6 toughness, very good against Phoenix. Kroxa Titan of Deathhunger, 6 toughness, not that bad against Phoenix. It is a little bit awkward because making a discard can fuel crews and get them dump Phoenixes out of their hand, but once you've gotten to the stage of the game where you're flashing back Kroxa, it's pretty hard for them to kill it. And on top of that, you have Graveyard Interaction, you have Graveyard Trespassers in the main with plenty more Graveyard Hate in the sideboard. You have good disruption. You can keep them off Shredder with push. You can keep them off Cruise, well, for at least for the time being with Thoughtseize. Some good aggression with Bloodtithe Harvester and Fable. So you just have a reasonable kind of mix of everything, and you're attacking them from a lot of different angles and throwing, like you're asking them a lot of questions. And don't get me wrong, like let's not misassign the roles here. The Rakdos deck is the beatdown deck in that matchup, and it is pretty good at doing that. But, basically you need to put a bunch of questions on the table for the Phoenix player and ask them, can you answer all of them? Sometimes they can. Sometimes they kill all your stuff, draw 3 cards, and kill more of your stuff, and, it just snowballs. But as far as this deck is concerned, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about the individual card choices, maybe some of the flex spots, so to just kind of give you a rundown, 4 Fatal Push, 4 Thoughtseize, 4 Bloodtithe, 4 Fable. You can't cut any of those. Don't ever consider cutting a single copy of any of those cards. They're all 4-ofs. Everything else, there's maybe some contention. So my removal spells, I'm choosing to go with 2 Go for the Throat, 1 Bitter Triumph, 1 Torch the Tower. Some people play a 4th 2-mana removal spell. I like the Torch a lot now, especially with the rise of that Rakdos Prowess deck, and Torch exiles Phoenix, so has a little bit of utility there. Some people only have 1 Duress. I'm choosing to go with 2 because I actually like Duress a lot against the Prowess deck. A lot of their important cards are spells, Titan Strength, Monstrous Rage, Claim to Fame, and taking those can be pretty good, and good against Treasure Cruise. As far as we have 2 Kroxas, I think this is pretty standard. Most lists have 2. I think some have 1, but I prefer 2. 2 Bankbuster, some lists have 3. I chose to go to 2, although after playing this league, I think I might consider cutting the K command for a 3rd main deck Bankbuster. And then as far as the 4 drops are concerned, this is kind of where the contentious point comes mostly, where most lists have 4. I have 1 extra in the Hostile Investigator is kind of my 5th 4 drop. And then the other question is, what do you play between Archfiend and Sheoldred? I've seen 4 Archfiend, I've seen 3 Sheoldred, no Archfiend, I've seen 2-2 split. I chose to be a little bit somewhere in the middle, but I'm still leaning towards Archfiend because of how good it is against the card Lightning Axe. But Sheoldred just can win games by itself. I have never seen a card win as many games just completely single-handedly other than Sheoldred, so it's nice to have those free wins sometimes, and it's good to have access to. And then I'm trying out the 1 Hostile Investigator because it is really good in the Rakdos mirrors, but it's pretty bad against Phoenix and not great against the aggressive decks, so depending on the metagame, it might not be worth playing this, but I think it's at least good in the sideboard for those Rakdos mirrors. And then we mentioned the Trespassers. I like 3, I think, because drawing 2 is kind of awkward, but the first, like, basically the first one is good, the second one, not so good. So that's kind of like the perfect number to play 3 of. Mana base, pretty self-explanatory, bunch of dual lands. We, as far as utility is concerned, we have 1 Castle, 1 Den of the Bugbear, 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 1 Sokenzan, and 1 Takenuma, along with 1 of each basic and an Urborg. Sorry for those arena gamers. We'll get Urborg on there eventually, I promise. Sideboard, we have Meathook Massacre as our sweeper of choice. Some people play Extinction Event. I'm choosing to go with Meathook because of how popular the Sacrifice deck is, and it's very important to have Meathook in play because it sort of can invalidate Cauldron Familiar to an extent, where when they're going through the Cauldron Familiar loops, their creature is dying, and you're gaining a life off the Massacre, so you're gaining a life and losing a life off the cat, so you're breaking even on the cat exchanges. So it is important against the sack deck, so that's why I'm choosing to go with Massacre. 1 Liliana the Veil for the grinding matchups, 2 Go Blank, good against Phoenix, 1 Duress, good against Control, 1 Torch the Tower, good against Phoenix, good against the aggressive decks, 2 Hidetsugu Consumes All. This is kind of our sideboard card against Boros Convoke. Blow up all the tokens, all the map tokens, 1-drops, all that stuff. Get it out of here. 2 Unlicensed Tours for Phoenix, 2 Bankbuster to go up to 4 in post-board games, which even if I had 3 in the main, I would still want the 4th in the board. And then 2 Damping Sphere for Lotus Field and Mono Green. It's Rakdos Midrange. Again, you probably have seen this deck 2 years ago. It's the same deck that it was before, and now that they finally banned Vein Ripper, we're just going back to old school Rakdos, which, to be fair, I enjoy. I really do think the games with this deck are really fun. Maybe it's not the most fun getting Thoughtseized a bunch, but I'm having a good time doing it. Anyways, I'll see you back here in just a little bit for round number 1. All right, Giganta the Wellspring. Last deck seen was Rakdos Aggro, so probably not allowed to keep 3-drop, 4-drop on the draw. Isn't it the same? I don't know if it's the same. Why would it be the same? I guess why wouldn't it be? I actually don't know the answer to that question. We'll see if it comes up. All right, keep this for sure. I do like Sheoldred against them, but I don't want to put back my 3-drops. I'm going to keep the Sheoldred, or sorry, keep the Trespasser instead. Was in a class for already when they posted that announcement, so I didn't see it until after the Nice. Nice. Skill issue. Their companion is Giganta. Oh. Well, I mean, I guess I'm taking that. The one good thing about playing against the Rakdos deck is they don't have protection spells. So your removal is always good. They don't play like Blossoming Defense or anything like that. So they should plot, which they do. It is really nice to not have to worry about Blossoming Defense. I do like that aspect of this matchup. El Jefe. Yeah, the village is not super great. Ooh. I like that. Honestly, I'll take Sellsword. I thought about taking Giganta, but I'll just take Sellsword. Like, they're so far away from Giganta. Their deck doesn't play that many lands. Well, I guess I debated myself, huh? At what point am I casting a spell? I think this is actually a no. I'm going to wait one more turn. I was going to say this is a reasonable turn to do it, because, like, if they draw a land, they're just going to play Giganta. But if they don't draw a land, they might just cast the Slick Shot. Yeah, and if they don't do anything, I could just go Shock, play a 3-drop, hold up Throat. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, they're still not casting spells. Like, I'm okay with this. I'm totally fine playing this kind of game. And now I think I just play the Fable. Not that I want to discard the Trespasser, but... Any 1-mana black indestructible spells? Not that I know of. I know that there's one that people play in Standard but it costs it's like scales something, and it costs 1 less for each lizard you control. But I don't know if there's that. I don't know if there's a type of that effect that is just like flat 1 mana. Not that I'm aware of. Is there? Okay, is there any good ones? Is there any cards like that effect that are actually good? Yeah, Fatal Push unfortunately cannot take care of LFA. Should be fine now. 20. Play this. Eat this. It's also important to have the Trespasser because they play Claim to Fame in their deck. So, like, they do utilize the graveyard. Professor's Warning. Black instant, choose one, put a counter on a creature. Creature gains indestructible until end of turn. Isn't there other ones that, like, pump your creature or something? It's like, I thought there was some that gave, like, +2/+0 indestructible. Or something along those lines. Or maybe it's like +2/+0, and then when it dies, it comes back or something. I mean, I guess you could also just play Not Dead After All, right? Could. I don't know if you want to, but you could. It's the one in Pioneer for 1. Is it really? I just kind of assumed there was more, but maybe not. Yeah, they're gonna save the angers for next game. Saving the angers for next game. I mean, this game was over when they didn't, like, the first time they didn't cast the thing. That's when the game is over. The first turn they didn't cast the Slick Shot. Like, they just can't ever win a game like that. Where's Shadow? Nope, still not gonna cycle it? I guess there's no reason to this turn. This is lethal, right? Cool. Oh, it flips my Trespasser back. I think it was still lethal through them flipping it back, though. Not sure that it mattered. Alright, so Torch good. I kind of like Duress. Bankbuster, Hearse, no. Go Blank, no. Maybe Meat Hook. Probably Hitotsugu. Do they have enough ones for Hitotsugu? Yeah, I think Sugu is not very good. They don't have a lot of ones. Liliana's not bad either. I could buy that. I think I don't want these. I think I don't want these. Don't want this. Want this. This is 58. Probably cut this. Alright, so I need to play 3 of these cards. What are the 3 least embarrassing cards here? They do have 12 1-drops, so maybe the HCA is fine. Yeah, hitting the graveyard too for their Claim to Fame stuff is not bad. I could buy that. Maybe it's like 2 of these, 1 sphere. I just want to try the sphere. I don't know if it's good, but I want to try it. Yeah. What's up, Elk? Welcome to the stream. Ooh, yeah, they do play Arcanist too, so... Well... You sure you like those Hitotsugu Consumes Alls? That sounds fine. I guess I don't want to give them black mana, right? Could matter. Yeah, I think the first sphere is reasonable. Alright, I'm going to lead here to take their Slick Shot. Walk alone. Well, shit. Now they have 2 creatures. I did not plan for this. The Slick Shot is, I think, scarier. Especially with the Trespasser's, like, okay against Arcanist. I'm gonna take the Slick Shot. It's true, I can't complain about not seeing sideboard cards. Streamer, you found the sideboard cards. Streamer. Do I even want to cast the Duress? I'm just putting a spell in their graveyard for this. It's still probably fine. Okay. So... I guess I take this. We're going to take a lot of damage next turn. We're taking 10 if they go... Well, actually, we're taking more, right? Because they can go upkeep, strength. They can go strength, 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 rage. 3, 6, 9, 12. We're taking 13 next turn. That's so much. Well, we could take 13. I could play this on black to bluff, but the bluff is over once I let them go to combat, right? So there's kind of no reason to do that. Like, if I don't cast push before they attack, they're just gonna go for it anyways, right? Like, there's no reason to bluff here. I guess if I play it on black, they might not upkeep strength. Maybe that's a reason. Yeah, that is a good point, yeah. Maybe it's better to take Titan Strength. At 11. I mean, I think I just go... Could Trespasser the Titan Strength, but then they can just go cast Titan Strength, attack, flashback Titan Strength. And that's an 8-power creature. So I think in that case, it's just better to play Fable and not block. And just hope they don't draw another pump spell. No Junsack today. Or at least I don't have plans to play Junsack today. I do like that deck, though. I think that is something I should strongly consider for DC. All right, am I dead? Pedro Stone, just be kind to me, okay? Just be kind. That's all I can ever ask. Be nice to me. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. I did put a card on top. I guess I could play around exactly another Titan Strength by soaking up 2 damage. Is that worth it? It's probably worth it. Okay. Okay. They must have topped that. It doesn't really help me. We need a push. So I think because we need push, I want to discard these 2. And then best case scenario, we go land, push, Trespasser, eat this, go to 6. It kind of counts, right? So I guess we go Den, pass. Yeah, wait till their turn. And then we can go Triumph, discard Ridge, kill this. We're dead to any pump spell, though, because any pump spell they can just do on this. Red, colorless. Well, we're not dead to that. I don't know how alive we are, but we're definitely not dead. We go to 3, and we play this, go back up to 4 with 2 blockers. I mean, if they brick on a spell for a couple of turns, we could still win this game. I don't think it's very likely, but it is possible. I guess I'll just play this out. Alright, don't draw a spell, please. We have to dodge basically every spell. Alright. That is a spell we have dodged. And now we can gain 2 off the Trespasser. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Alright, how many creatures? There are 3 creatures in the graveyard. I'm trying to think if I want to like get really aggressive here and copy the Glutton and attack. Yeah. Well, we're not dead to the Den, because if I copy Glutton... Say I do this, right? Say I copy Glutton, Attack with both. I gain 3 life, go to 6, because there's 3 creatures in the graveyard. I'm not going to push now. So they potentially would take 11, go to 8, and then say, okay, there's 2 scenarios here, right? If they draw a pump spell, I just let them go to combat, take 2 damage or whatever, wait till they cast their pump spell. If they animate the den, then I can let them attack with everything after they tap out, push the den. Because if I go to push the den before combat and they draw a pump spell, then I die. So I have to wait till they attack with the den, but I think that's pretty safe, given that they have no cards in hand. Like, I don't really know what they could draw here, right? I can't think of much. We go here. Done. So they go to 16, 2 4/4s. When are we unbanning Hot Dog? I don't know what that means. When are we unbanning Hot Dog? What is Hot Dog? What is this Hot Dog you speak of? Am I trying to convince myself to not play Phoenix? I mean, I think that I am extremely likely to play Phoenix, but I'm just trying to see if there's anything that, like, if there's anything that catches my eye or is interesting enough to spend a lot of time working on, and, like, you know what I mean? I don't need to do a ton of testing with Phoenix. You know, I think that I'm like, I kind of understand how to sequence cantrips and things like that. It's like there's some small tuning with the list, but there isn't a lot of work that needs to be done with Phoenix. Is kind of where my head's at, you know? Okay, so we push the hero in response, right? We go to 5, then we take 3, go to 2. Now, they're not dead because they can hold back the... Oh, they can't because they don't get to cast the creature because this doesn't resolve, right? Okay. Yeah. Right. 99% of the time, you want to leave with Sleight of Hand first. And then with Consider and Opt, it's different, where, like, kind of sort of depends on the context of your hand, where I think in general, if you're looking for a land, it's better to cast Opt, because you're like, if you're looking for a land, right, that means, say, like, a third of the time you're going to top the card. If a third of the time, if you're going to top the card, then you should save the Consider for later when you're not looking for lands. If you're looking for specific spells and you're more likely to want to bin a card, I think is maybe the theory there. Or, like, if you have a cruise in hand and you want to just consider to, like, you're graveyarding anything no matter what, and you want to fill up the graveyard for cruise, so it's like things like that. Yeah, the Phoenix Mirror is very skill intensive. Like, most of the time, the better player will win, which maybe that means I shouldn't play Phoenix. Colossus. Is Colossus good against Phoenix? I don't remember. All right, show me your secrets, Jody. What are you working with over there? Oh, I know what I'm taking. Take the card that my Rakdos deck can't kill. Well, can't kill it now. Just wait a couple of weeks and we got the answer to Waste Not. I was thinking about not playing the Urborg, but it just doesn't matter that much. I don't know, maybe it does. How do they kill multiple big boys? They can just jump block, though. Like, they just go block with Phoenix. Unless you have a way to push it through, which you could. This has to be a good matchup for Rakdos, right? I would guess. Especially when you have turn 2 Bankbuster, turn 3 Fable. Fatal Push. Fatal Push. This deck needs more Rodmouth Viper. You know, I'm not sure that it does Forge of Days. I'm not convinced that it does. El Trespasserino. Sounds like it might be time to get sussy. Oh, I get sussy every single day. I'm always getting sussy. So if they have this, I kind of just want to discard the Archfiend. I know that sounds maybe kind of weird, but that doesn't help. Let's go here. I don't really care that much about their Trespasser. Go here. Combat. Attack here. Play tapped Blackcleave Cliffs. I would much rather save this for a Sheoldred. Right, yeah. If they ever resolve Waste Not, then it's kind of unwinnable, but if you can keep them off Waste Not, then I think it's fine. Well, I can't, because they're going to Trespass or eat the Waste Not, right? Could have blooded in response, but there's no reason to, right? If I draw a spell, I still have to discard it, and then if I draw a land, I have to discard too. So there's no reason to blood there. So I think they're going to be saving the Demolition... Well, they can actually do that this turn, right? Wondering if I should blood now. Let's do it. Can I have Thoughtseize in response to this flipping? Please? Not quite. So they're probably going to respond, field me, and then push the Reflection. And I think if that's the case, maybe I'll just draw a card. We'll see what their hand is.
When have you been?
Jody is letting that resolve. Interesting. I'm trying to think if it matters which one of these I take. If I take push, they just don't use the Field of Ruin. It is their only 1-mana card, though. Right. Well, I don't know. If I just take Go for the Throat, they push this, and then if I draw a 4-drop, I have protection against Edict with this. So it might actually be better to take the Go for the Throat, because, like, either way, if I it doesn't matter. I don't need to take the push, right? Because if I take push, they just Go for the Throat, or, well, I guess it's the same thing, right? If I take push, they Go for the Throat this, and then they have the Edict left over, which I still have protection against the 4-drop at this. Yeah, that's true. Go for the Throat doesn't kill Bankbuster. I'm going to take push. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. But I don't think I want to crew the Bankbuster this turn anyways. I think I just want to attack for 3 and draw a card. Because I have to be a little bit careful about my life total because they have this. But I don't really want to play defense here. Maybe I have to. God, this is kind of rough. All right, let's draw a card first. I don't know if that really helps. I guess they just respond, go for the Throat, the Reflection, that I take the Edict. Yeah, if I just killed the Trespasser. I mean, I said at the time that I wasn't worried about it, but maybe I should have been worried about it. Oh, really? Okay. I guess that makes sense. They just want to, like, feel like they can pressure me with these two, which they probably can. Okay, so we take that. I think I hold the land for now, because there's a chance that I can, like, have enough cards in hand to brick this. Yeah, I guess I was supposed to kill the Trespasser a couple turns ago. But yeah, them leaving the Reflection in play is a little scary. Like, now if I draw another Trespasser, that's another reason to hold a card in hand too, is if we draw a Trespasser, if we draw, not Trespasser, if we draw a Bloodtithe Harvester, We need a card in hand to be able to pay the ward cost. Draw step, draw underscore for each opponent has one or fewer cards in hand. Okay, got it. So we go to 6. I need a pretty good top deck here, though. Because this clock is just like, this thing's going to kill us. So I guess we go here. I mean, I guess we're not technically dead because we can... Oh, no, we are dead, right? Even if we chump block. Because they get the trigger off of this, we go to 5. This puts us to 2, and then we die to this. Yeah. Well, we can upkeep draw, right? I don't know if we have outs, though. Yeah, we can upkeep draw with the Bankbuster. You have 2 less than 2. Right, so I can... on upkeep, I can draw 2 cards. Right. Now, again, I don't know if that gives me any outs, but... Maybe it was better to hold the second land, and then in my upkeep, I only have to draw 1 card to go to 3. That might have been better. I wonder how different this game is if I just kill the Trespasser. It's probably a lot different. Just like, didn't think that I cared about it at the time, but ended up killing me, so I guess. Just 2. Oh, it's 1 or fewer. Okay. Okay, got it. Got it. Alright, so let's use this one, because I want that one to flip. Well... So we can make 2 blockers, but we need 3, right? We're also just dead to the trigger from this. Although, I guess there's no creatures, but we need 3 blockers anyways. Is there anything I can draw? I don't think so. We'll take a peek, though. I guess that technically works, right? So do we play the land? No, I don't think we play the land. Because I want to discard the land. Oh, no, because I'm targeting the Hive, not this, right? So we can play the land. Yeah, this is fine. So we go play land. We're going to go kill the Hive. We're going to chump block here, kill the Hive. Yeah, we have to kill the Hive. We are technically not dead. Technically not dead is the best kind of not dead. All right, Hive coming in. Hive is coming in. I think I'm actually just going to let them attack with it. Because I want to let them go to... I want them to let me go to blocks first. But I guess if they had pushed, they wouldn't do that anyways. Alright, not dead. Not dead. And we don't have to upkeep draw, which is nice. Hold. Hold. Okay. I mean, it's not ideal for me. Okay, I drew a Bloodtithe Harvester. What does that do? They have no cards in hand. Oh, they have a second Hive? That's bad. The second Hive makes this really rough, right? Yeah, I know Bloodtithe clears the bank, but with them having second Hive, we're in a situation where we now need 3 blockers. And given the context of our hand, we cannot produce 3 blockers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 7 mana. We can produce 2 blockers, but 2 is not 3, so I think we have to draw. Is there an out if we blood into... Like, should be blood instead of using the Bankbuster? 2, then blood, we have 3 left over. It's like, it sees the same amount of cards. It's 1 more mana, but it's basically 1 additional mana to put a guaranteed body into play. I guess that is better, right? The Blood or Trigger Waste Not. Ooh, that is a reason to not do this. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, that was bad. So I guess we still just have to find a removal spell. Should not have done that, though. Almost counts. Almost counts. So I guess we let them draw a card now? Right? We let them draw a card and then find a removal spell for the Hive. So close. So close. Remember that Graveyard Trespasser that I didn't kill on turn 2? And then it just killed me 6 turns later? Yeah, I remember. I remember that. Alright, what are we doing in this matchup? Surely the Bankbuster's good. Liliana... Liliana's kind of sketchy against Waste Not. You like drawing with Castle better? Well, look, I had outs, okay? I did have outs. Do we just not want any of the discard? In general, these games do go pretty long, so I'm kind of off the discard spells. Torch seems kind of bad. But then again, I don't love any of these cards. So as much as I don't like the discard spells, we may have to keep some in. Couldn't we have just flipped their Trespasser back and block with the 3-2 without giving them a card? They played second Hive that turn, Cascadelli. So we needed to make 3 blockers, because we needed... The Hive was also lethal. And we couldn't make 3 blockers. Yeah, I guess Thoughtseize for Bad God, maybe. And you can still take Waste Not. And then I guess we could just play the Liliana. I don't love it, because it's kind of a risky proposition if they have a Waste Not in play. But it's good if you can keep them off Waste Not, so I'll try it. Alright, I will play first. I'll keep this hand. This hand's good. Very, very good. Alright, just show me a Waste Not, Jody. Show me a hand that's Waste Not 5 lands. That's what we want to see here. Waste Not all lands one time. Give me a Waste Not, please. Alright, Hive. What are you working with, Jody? Bandit's Talent, Fatal Push, Hostile Investigator. This card is like medium annoying, and I'm thinking about taking it. I know that this is a better card. I'm just going to take Investigator. Talent's whatever. You just got to take the Investigator there. It's too good. And they have 3 lands already, so they're going to get to enough mana. Yeah, it does, but like I don't mind discarding the Go for the Throat here. And then hopefully we can just like maybe solo them with the Archfiend if they don't find an answer. Oh no 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 no. That's bad. That is very, very bad. Alright, well, let's do this. Let's give them mana now that they can't use. We'll pass phases. That's a good draw. I don't know if it's good enough, but it is good. So their hand is still what? Sanitarium, Bandit's Talent X. I mean, this might not give them enough time. We might be able to kill them with this before they find that answer. Yeah, the Buster was good, for sure. So if they talent me, I'm going to discard this. Sure. Oh god, I only have 2 basics. No, not like this. I only have 2 basics. Just don't draw more fields, please. It's rude. So they get a 2/2. Give me a Sheoldred off the top. That is not a Sheoldred. Okay, go. So now they can go Bandit's Talent level. not going to kill the zombie token.
You
know, maybe I should have played the Blood Crypt. I wanted to hold up Go for the Throat in case they drew a land. Like, if they had a 4-drop and they drew a land, I wanted to be able to kill it. But now it's kind of awkward. Where... No, I'm not gonna use the Go for the Throat. Oops. Should not have passed priority there, but I hit OK too many times. Whoops. Probably should have attacked him for 4 damage. But unfortunately, I hit the OK button too many times. Okay, they should be at 14. I think I would have attacked there. A little Hive gaming. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Here, I'm the discard deck now. Basically, yeah. We're just swapping roles. Alright, is it worth paying 2 life? Yeah, I think it's worth paying 2 life. I could draw with Bankbuster, but there's a chance I want to, like, play a creature and animate the Bankbuster, or, you know what I mean? Something like that. I guess now that I haven't drawn a creature, we could just clue. And cluing is better if we find a creature, because then I could use the creature to crew the Bankbuster. We did not find that. So why don't we draw here? What is Jody cooking over there? We're gonna Sanitarium in response? Yeah, the Bandit's Talent is nice. I was a little skeptical of that card at first, but the more I play against it, the more I kind of like it. All right, this is a little aggressive, but I wanna force through some damage while I can. They just have a removal spell. All right. Medium annoying, but like we have enough cards that we can stay above the Bandit's Talon for a little bit. I like Rakdos Mid. I think it's good against Phoenix. They have no cards in hand. I actually might just discard Bitter Triumph. I can discard Bitter Triumph, upkeep, trigger on the stack, Bandit's Talon, draw a card, then I have 6 mana, which lets me play Archfiend. I'm gonna do that. I think I like that. Yeah, that's true. It is, like, maybe a little bit awkward in this matchup. But I do like it against Phoenix overall. And the reason I like Rakdos, like, I like the positioning of Rakdos Mid a lot right now, specifically because so many people are playing that Rakdos Prowess deck, and I think that this deck kind of just bullies that deck. Like, that is a really good matchup for the mid-range deck. Just, like, the combination of Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, all that stuff. So, I think that matchup is very good for the mid-range side of things. And I think that you are reasonable against Phoenix, and those are like 2 pretty good places to be, I think. Okay, we can hold the land here. And now if they have another Sheoldred's Edict, we can use the pilot token to crew the Bankbuster and sack that instead of the Archfiend, which is nice. We can also rebuy second Archfiend too, which puts a lot of pressure on them. It's a little dicey. How come the mono black discard deck doesn't play Shrieking Affliction? So the reason it's playing Bandit's Talent and not something like Shrieking Affliction is that Bandit's Talent has other effects, whereas Shrieking Affliction is like, it's a lot better when you have a stack of them. The reason, like, for example, a deck like 8-Rack, Affliction was good in that deck because you had so many of that type of effect. But this deck is way more of a mid-range deck, and because of that, you don't want to have cards that don't do anything in the first, like in the early turns, where, yeah, this does have the Shrieking Affliction text, where it has the ability to do that, but it also just has other utility, you know? It's not just, like, all about that specific aspect, so it's, you know, they're just trying to, like, it's basically just good card maxing is where I'm getting at. And they're at 18, huh? This is getting a little dicey. What's up, Black? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? The Boomer Rock Band? Might be. Alright, I'm gonna do this. I want to rebuy the thing. Hold on. Crucible and Hive. I was thinking about dealing them 2, getting back Archfiend, and just casting it. And having 2 Archfiends in play. I probably will end up on Phoenix, yeah. Whenever you're getting CDH content. Oh, we'll make that the next sub-goal. I don't know what to do here. So what, if I go Crew, Bankbuster, Animate Hive, send for 13? They probably just trade Investigator for Bankbuster. I could also just not send the Hive, right? I don't know. See, if I'm going to do this, isn't it not better to just get the Archfiend back first? Because then if they trade for the Bankbuster, they take an additional 2 damage. Maybe the 2 damage isn't worth it. There's like a reasonable chance yeah, they're just going to trade though, right? If you Bankbuster their block with Sheoldred. No, they won't. They're going to trade for Hostile for sure. They are 100% going to trade for Hostile. Yeah, I thought this was very obvious. Which, like, maybe it's still okay for me. And now we can go return, deal 2, black, red this. And then I can use the treasure and keep 2 cards in hands. Like, this is still pretty good, right? They can pop the clue, go to 10, draw for turn, go to 12, but then they're still dead if they don't find a removal spell. So I think this still works. Yeah, they're at 12, but we have 2 Archfiends. So I guess because the 2 damage from Kolaghan's command, I guess it didn't matter that we got the extra 2 damage by playing the Archfiend pre-combat. Oh, but also, hold on. If I take the Kolaghan's command line, then they block with Sheoldred, right? They do have Sanitarium, yes. They can go to 14. That is a good point. Kind of forgot about the Sanitarium. I guess I give them mana. Yeah, but we have the Hive, I guess. So they go to 14, but we have 15. I mean, it kills their Sheoldred, so it's not the end of the world. It's not ideal, but it does kill their Sheoldred. What's up, Snack Bar? Haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? Alright, I think we just play Fable and hold lands. Yeah, I'm gonna hold lands. I want to hold lands because of the Bandit's talent. And we're playing a Fable. I don't mind discarding 2 lands on my turn, because it's less likely they can use the mana. I guess they have this now, but yeah, you can have 4 mana. That's fine. That's a really good draw. Okay. Let's go to combat. Wow, that is a fantastic draw. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Sniper. I hope she's doing better. Sorry to hear that. All right, they have go for the throat. So now we can do this. Go here. They take 3, go to 11. Let me go here, black, red, red. That Kroxa was like by far our best draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I'm gonna hold the land again. Holding land because they have the Bandit's talent. This has been a really grindy game. I guess if they draw Fatal Push, it's kind of bad because they can go push the Kroxa and then eat it with Hive. Maybe I was supposed to shock and hold up push there. Why are they tapping 5 mana? Jesus Christ. All right. What's up, Inlane Master? One good draw deserves another, I guess. All right. Red, black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll leave creatures in the graveyard for Takenuma. Takenuma. I'll be scrying. You want waste not to be good? I've heard it's good against Phoenix, but I don't know if I necessarily can agree with that statement because I haven't played the matchup a lot. They put a card on top. They did. Am I supposed to shock here? What if we just didn't play the Bankbuster? The thing is, they topped, and I think they would top any removal spell here. And if it's specifically Fatal Push, they can go push my Kroxa, attack with Hive, and then I lose the Kroxa. And I really don't want to do that, so I'm just gonna go Crypt Pass. I think Shock Bankbuster Pass is also reasonable, but yeah, that's true. Like, if I played the Bankbuster this turn, I can't draw with it. You know? Sheoldred's Edict. 1, 2... Yeah, I guess if it's Edict, they won't have enough to Edict to animate the Hive. Or, like, Extinction Event. And if they Extinction Event, I can push my thing in response. Okay. Discard land easy. These games get so grindy. They found something. Yeah, now we have enough to escape again, which is nice. Okay, that was a reason to play the Bankbuster. It's not a huge deal, though, because we can just get it back. Dun, dun, dun. I think our opponent has cast at least 2 Edicts, right? I'm going to play the Bankbuster. Hold on. Am I playing Bankbuster or Harvester? I think playing Harvester is better. So let's go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. Go here. They go to 5. It's a good turn for Hive to clear Lily. I don't think I care about the Lily. I'm just going to play the Harvester, discard Bankbuster, and keep the push. Why do you care about the Liliana? I don't think it does anything. I mean, I guess it makes the Bandit's talent a little bit better, but, like, I don't know. Like, you would rather kill the Liliana than play Kroxa that turn? That sounds kind of crazy. They're going to make me discard push. Well, I have 2 cards in hand. So I could discard the Bankbuster. Okay, that's fine. God, this game is so grindy. All right, Sanitarium. I'll get the mana. All right, you may have 2 mana, Jody. This game would have been comically easy if they didn't have Waste Not. Like, imagine how different this game is. Tap Blood Crypt 2 turns ago. Well, that was the turn that I just didn't cast the Bankbuster, right? Yeah, and because they drew Liliana specifically, then having the Bankbuster in play would have been good. Because I could have sacrificed the Bankbuster instead of the Kroxa, then they would have just died that turn, but... Okay. God, dude, these games, man. Jesus Christ. I will keep my hand. Didn't notice. Well, thank you. Looks like you get several cut. Yes, all 3 of them. Gone. What even is hair? I need to go to Turkey. I really, really need to book that trip to Turkey sometime soon. Streamer has Castle Locthwain, but no swamp in hand. This Waste Not card. It's so annoying. I hate it. I hate it! Dude, if only they had a PT in Turkey, I would go. I would go to the Turkey PT. All right, we're getting aggressive because we have to. Like, we just don't have a choice. If the game goes long, we're not going to beat the Waste Not, so we have to get them dead with just, like, this shit. Or at least we have to try. It will do our best. What'd they do? Sheoldred's Edict. Next time you go to Ohio, you don't live in Ohio. I don't believe you. You're lying to me. You're lying to me. I'm being lied to, chat. All right, don't push me, please. Please don't push me. Don't do it. 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 Okay, good. Hold. Now, don't have any other removal spells in your hand than your mono black deck that has 15 removal spells, please and thank you. So they probably have push. Last basic, by the way. They definitely had push, right? Well, if they had push, they would have done it before attacks to clear the Archfiend off of this. So they don't have push? Then what do they have then? Huh. Why would they not get a damage there? So now we can go... Am I killing this Trespasser? I'm definitely going here. And crewing attacking for 4. Crew... Wait, I have an idea. Oh no, I'm just going to play Fable, right? Yeah, we're just going to play Fable. I'm going to ignore the Trespasser. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. If they push first, then they give me Revolt. Well, no, because I had Revolt anyways, right? Maybe they just wanted to see if they were going to get the damage in. I guess that kind of makes sense, right? Yeah, because if I have push, I'm going to do it before combat anyways. So I guess that's fair. I'll kill it next turn, okay? It's fine. I'll kill it next turn. What's the reasoning behind 1 Bitter Triumph and 2 Go for the Throat? So Bitter Triumph is arguably a better card because it's good against decks that play Wandering Emperor, because there are people that play Planeswalkers, but you can't afford to play a ton of Bitter Triumphs because it does cost you 3 life in a lot of spots. So I think 1 and 2 is like the perfect medium, you know. Against the aggro decks, you'd much rather have Go for the Throat. Against Control, you'd rather have Bitter Triumph. I did, okay, I did. I guess I'm giving them mana. Oh, God, this is fucking brutal. You're at 7. This is really brutal. I don't want to give them 2 cards. Holy shit. So, best possible? Or... So, best possible... do I care? Oh, they're gonna lose it anyways, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Then we go black, red, cast this. I could have also not cast the Thoughtseize and just hope they didn't draw Fatal Push, but that seemed kind of loose. And then that dies. And then I guess we just don't attack with the Shaman token. There's no reason to, right? If I had 1 more land, this would be so much better. Yeah, there's no reason to attack with the Shaman token. They can eat the Kroxa with the Trespasser, so it's not like, you know, it's not the Stone Cold Nuts. but they're dead if they draw land, because they're forced to attack with this to eat the Kroxa, and then this plus this can crew the Bankbuster. So I think that means they're dead if they draw land. Insanely tight games, though. Insane games. All right, 2-0. Yeah, 2 subs for a deck tech, pause 9. I think I'm keeping this on the play. It's got Fable. We can discard lands to Fable. No, I'm not a domain ramp player. I'm a filthy Gruul player in standard. Filthy Gruul enjoyer. All right, let me get a song request for Hilarious. All right, song request for Hilarious. Pause 9 with the 2 gifted subs. Folks, if you didn't get one dodged in chat, it's as simple as that. Thank you for the 2 gifted subs, Pause 9. I appreciate that. All right, we have a blue-white enjoyer. I repeat, blue-white enjoyer. No fun here. See, the good news is this matchup is kind of a buy for Rakdos, so it's fine. Although my hand's not great against them. All right, so let's take a look at this deck list. We may have to wait till after this match, or at least after this game. I'm going to play Sokenzan. What the deuce? All right, Hunter has a song request for us. All right, let me search for that in the queue. All right, what are we doing? Sheoldred has died. So now I would like to play Reckoner Bankbuster. The Bank Bussy. All right, I'm going to start taking a look at Pause 9's deck tech. Okay, what are we looking at? Bramble Familiar, Caustic Bronco, Sentinel Stalwart. That's the 1 mana 1/1 tap and untap creature. Okay, so Sentinel Stalwart to tap the Kona. Wait, where's the Konas? BG Kona. Did we forget the Konas? So I'm confused because the deck list says, what's the idea behind Bramble Familiar? I have 5 cards in hand. All right, let's do this. Yeah, Big Galta too. This is kind of a jammer. I'm not sure if I want to fire up the Den this turn or channel Takenuma. Deduce March Normalize Verdict to Fairy. Alright, this might sound really weird, but their hand has too many answers to Sheoldred, so I'm just going to do this. Because as of right now, they can't answer the Den. This might be a little greedy, but... It's fine. Standard Gruul stream. Honestly, we're probably going to play a little bit of Gruul this Thursday. Alright, so I'm looking at this deck for Pause 9. Yeah, the Green Virtue gives you a bunch of mana, but I'm not sure that's exactly what you're looking for, right? I'm just going to do this again. I do like Vaultborn. I do like Virtue. I guess you could, like, ramp up to fetch Quest, just hardcast it for 7 mana, and then that could put a Vaultborn turret into play. What about stuff like Aclazotz, you know? Like, we go a little bit more small ball. Aclazotz, Sheoldred, Hostile Investigator, instead of going all the way up the curve. Like, maybe even cut the Vaultborn Tyrants. Because you don't have to put like a 7 or 8 mana card into play with Kona for it to be good. You can just use it as like getting a little bit of a mana discount. No, I think all the vehicles in standard kind of suck. That's bad. Yeah, we have the Black Virtue in this deck. Schooner, I guess? Schooner's not terrible. Ooh, it is good with Carnosaur, Kona. Yeah, Kona with Carnosaur is kind of nice. Okay, we're dead. There's no reason to play this game out. We are dead. Let me cut these. The torch. The go for the throats. Bringing in Bankbuster, Liliana, Go Blank, Duress. And I have to keep in one of these cards. I think I was playing one Hearse before. It's good against Deluge. Pretty sure Archfiend is the worst of the 4-drops between like Archfiend, Sheoldred, and Hostile Investigator. I think Archfiend's at least in Standard. But does that all make sense? I think I like a lot of those changes. I don't know what this does. Target creature or planeswalker that opponent controls phases out if that permanent is black, exile instead. Alright, I'll take your counterspell. But that might be a good starting point at least. Cool deck though, I like it. And we're gonna be spending a lot of time playing with Kona, for sure. Okay, they played Citadel, Hallowed Fountain. So now we go here. How bad is Spirits, to be honest? Spirits is really bad in the Phoenix. And I would imagine it's also not great into the Rakdos Prowess deck, but I could be convinced otherwise. But I think, like I said, pause 9. I would make those changes and see how it goes. I will certainly be trying a little bit of that card myself in Standard. I'm gonna play this one first because we know they have Smite. Is there any one deck in particular that you're losing to? Excuse me. Is there any one deck in particular that you're losing to, Zeldum? Okay, they did use the Smite. Double Spell or Sheoldred. Deduce Teferi. I think because they want to play Teferi next turn, I have to double spell. It's my favorite card for the new set so far. Kona. Kona's so dope. I'm such a huge fan of Kona. You could SRAM deck with the new enchantment that gives hexproof. What is the new enchantment that gives hexproof to you? I don't think I'm familiar with that one. No, I mean, it's definitely not the new Nadu. It's not that powerful. Decks that hard counter it in about 50-50 in other matchups. Lotus Angels mono black. Okay, so you're probably just like hitting a bad string of variants then for the most part. Like you're just losing the coin flip matchups. You're basically on the wrong side of the coin flip. I mean, that's gonna happen when you have a lot of 50-50 matchups, you know. Like sometimes your draw just doesn't line up that well against theirs. And that's gonna happen. But I wouldn't necessarily put too much stock into that if you're like, you know, unless you start losing to the really good matchups. Like when you start losing to the aggressive decks, then maybe you can like look into that more. What the deuce? 1 mana flash, enchant creature you control. Enchant creature's hexproof, +1/+1. Card's kind of cool. With like SRAM Light Pause stuff. I could buy it. I mean, it kind of depends on what your sideboard plan is against them. Like, obviously, if you're playing an Izzet Phoenix deck, you have some sort of plan for the post-board games when your opponent has a lot of graveyard hate. But you just need to, like... I mean, really, those types of situations just comes down to, like, how well do you sideboard and how well your sideboard is set up to beat the graveyard hate. Like, if your opponent is just leaning on a bunch of hearses and go blanks and stuff like that, it's not that hard to beat that type of stuff. But you just need to make sure you have enough stuff in your sideboard, like Crackling Drakes. Some people play Fable, and I frequently will sideboard out, you know, to give you an example, like I'll board out 1 copy of Treasure Cruise and 1 copy of Phoenix against heavy graveyard hate. And I will not hesitate to do that. Sometimes I'll even cut 2 Phoenixes, I don't care. Because post-board, your deck is just much more threat-dense with the Drakes and the Fables. Yeah, I've also even thought about, like, going up on Profs, because it's just that good. Main deck Force Surgical. Good luck doing that in Pioneer. Why would they kill the Fable when they have Narset in play? It's a little confusing. I'm just going to channel Takenuma this turn for sure. Is that not confusing? Guess we know they have Teferi. How did I end with Storm? I went 0-2 drop. I did not win a single game this weekend at the RCQ. I had a tough one. I lost to Dimir mid-range, and then you're gonna laugh at me, but I lost to Martyr. I got locked out, and I didn't know that my opponent had Stonebrain, so I didn't play around it, and they Stonebrained my wishes and I couldn't win. But I splashed green for Nature's Claim and Veil of Summer. Yeah, the PT results were true. All right, second Narset, yeah. Wait, where'd their Teferi go? Did they not have a Teferi at one point? Oh, they pitched it. They pitched Teferi last turn? To the March? Why did they do that? I'm so confused. It's so weird that, like, it's very odd that they pitched the Teferi to the March, killing a Fable that wasn't going to do anything when they had Narset in play anyways. So weird. Metabula, thank you for the 15-month resub. Welcome back, Metabula. Though they have no cards in hand. Or, well, they had the Divine Smite, but... they have a Sunfall and one Unknown. I'm going to do this. Because I want to kill Narset. I think we're still favored this game. I guess I should have played the Bankbuster first, in case they had a counterspell. Yeah, that was loose. I should have played Bankbuster first for sure. Because now I get mega punished if they drew a Normalize. But I could have just paid for Normalize if I did this first. Yeah, against the Martyr player, game 1 they locked me out with Ranger Captain. And I just, like, they got to Ranger Captain plus, I ended up fizzling too. I guess maybe I didn't do the math right. There's still a lot of things for me to learn about Storm. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. It's another lockdown. All right, Harvester go. It did, but they could have made a token off Fountain Port to save it. If I send one at Fountain, if I send one at Arset, one at them, they can just make a fish and then trade for the one that's going in Narsep. So I wanted to send both at the Narsep. Do I have takes on what the Black Overlord will do? Has it not been spoiled yet? I just kind of assumed it has. I thought everything was spoiled. I've been lied to. We got the green Leyline, though. Thankfully, that card is not very good. Okay. All right, I yield. I yield. I yield. I yield. Do they not run Dream Trawler anymore? I don't think they do. Okay, this hand's good. Keep this. Hand is good. You like the green lane? What is it? Like, why do you want to play the green ley line? I guess I'm confused. It's just Fist of Suns, right? I guess in what context is it good? It does pair reasonably nice with the other ley line, because Guild Pack gives you all 5 colors to then cast spells off of this ley line, but... Yeah, the new black ley line, spiciest card in the set. I'll be honest with you, I really didn't think they would ever put Leyline of the Void in Standard again. Because it is, like, really toxic towards graveyard decks. Like, if people are putting Leyline of the Void in their deck, you cannot play graveyard decks. You know? Not that I think it's going to be a huge player, it's just, like, one of the more impactful sideboard cards of all time. And it's a little shocking they put it in standard. It is, yeah. It's just Leyline of the Void. It's true. They already had Rest in Peace, so it's like, did they really care if they give us Leyline of the Void? Maybe that was their justification. They're like, well, we already gave you Rest in Peace, so if you want to be Graveyard decks, it's not that hard. But it is unfortunate that they print some like cool Graveyard synergy stuff with specifically Insidious Roots, but you know, you just can't really play Roots. Too much good Graveyard hate. It was already legal in Pioneer, yeah, but not standard. Ooh, the new leyline is cool with Giganta. I hadn't thought about that. That is one interaction I had not thought about. All right, maybe I should have kept one of those Blood Crypts. Maybe. I'm not going to say definitively, but maybe I should have kept the Blood Crypt. Can always blood if I want to. Okay, am I getting bushed? Are they going to whack my bush? Okay. Bush successfully whacked. Am I killing the Heartfire hero? Kill these two, trade for this, take two. Yeah, that sounds fine. But I have to do this in response, otherwise I'll take one more damage. They have 2 cards left. We're going to be at 10. I feel okay about this game. Oh, that is a good point. You can't play Giganta. I sure could pay you if you play the ley line. Never mind. Okay, anti-synergy, I lied. I repeat, anti-synergy. Anti-synergy, streamer lied. Streamer has officially lied. Just run 4 Giganta in your main board? I don't know about that. Not exactly sure you want to be doing that. I mean, you could, but... yeah, you can do it in paper. That's like, you can do it at FNM. Plotted a cunning coyote. How scared am I of the cunning coyote? I don't think I'm particularly scared. What's like worst case scenario? They draw exactly Bushwhacker. But like, if they draw Bushwhacker, they're still just dead, right? I'm gonna hold back 2 blockers. Like, I don't think there's a card that kills me here. Well, there's... Moto Program dying is what kills me. That's how I lose this game. We found the out. Yeah, but the issue with that is they do have a lot of instants in their deck. Like, if they draw a Tarkus command or something, they could just cast the Tarkus command in response to the copy, so... it does sort of answer Bushwhacker, but like here, for example, if they draw Bushwhacker, we can just block Bushwhacker Coyote and take 3, you know? So we're still not even close to dead if they have Bushwhacker. And I think that's like the only card that matters here. The Massacre. How many 1s do they have? How many 1s do they have? They have Heartfire Hero. Did they play the Prowess 1 drops? I guess I can go look at a Gruul deck. I don't know if they gotta play Swift Spear, right? So the most recent list is on Heartfire Hero and Swift Spear and Kumano. So 12. Well, it counts Kumano too. Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier with Kona. Kona's nice. Can also put Omniscience into play. Hello. So it gets 12 1-drops. Is that worth it? Is that worth it? Hostile bad. Bussy. We're not gonna go to the Bussy. We will not be bussin' this time. Kroxa also not great against them. All right, let's try that. I mean, Duress is not too bad. They have some number of targets. Like, for example, the other list that I was looking at, they have 16 spells. Rage, Play with Fire, Tarkus Command, Kumano. So 16 spells is kind of enough for Duress. I will keep this hand. Faux Shizzle. Faux Sheezy. It's basically Show and Tell. Not quite the same as Show and Tell. Can we hit the Gritty on him? No. Kind of want to push main phase in case they have... They sometimes board in protection spells. Yeah, it's a Champion of Ronus, but it hits any permanent, so it's not just creatures, which makes it a lot better for sure. Well, the other important part, Soft Sheep, is it also doesn't have to go through a combat phase. Like, if you remember a lot of types of that effect, they're like, when this attacks, or, do this, like, activated ability, and not having to go through a combat phase is huge. Like, that is a big part of why it's so much better than previous versions. Scorching Shot. So the last card's a land. Could have pushed main phase. But I think this turn, pushing main phase is worse if they draw Aloe Alchemist. Did your Kolaghan's Command? Or Tarkus Command? It's a lot of damage. We're going to take 9. 9's a lot. What do I think about the Rakdos Transmog deck that got second in the 64 yesterday? I have not looked at deck lists from yesterday, but if you have the link, I'll take a look. I'm assuming it's the one that plays, like, Snatch Skeleton and that kind of stuff. Okay. Their draw steps have been pretty good. Pretty good. So they were Hellbent, and they drew a Tarkus Command into Monstrous Rage. I mean, they can't draw 3 spells in a row, right? No way they draw 3 spells in a row. It's not allowed. Not allowed. Yeah, this looks like it was the same list as before. Atraxa, Obnix, Kling. I kind of want to go back to Jund Transmogrify so we can play Essica's Chariot. Why did people stop playing Jund and they went back to Rakdos? Just for better mana base, I guess. But I like Chariot a lot in those decks. Alright, well, never mind, we're fine. Everything is fine. I do have to lose my flip Fable, but a small price to pay. Fountain Port is my guess. Yeah, I guess you can't really play Jund. You can't play 3 colors with Fountain Port, or it's a little bit tougher. I do get 1 life out of the flip Fable. Give me a Sheoldred. I'm in. What do you want from me? Welcome to the stream, Vexing Devils. I'm having a good day. I'm having a good day so far. Classic streamer luck, by the way. If you attack, I'm walking. I'm blocking.
Oh, I'm gonna block.
I am declaring a block. What's this? Red-green. They drew a Tarkus command. I will respond and gain a life. Well, they're also just dead, so... You know, drawing 3 Carplusen Forest, not the best. Not the best. I did play it out. They you know, fair and square. They beat me fair and square, right? Oh, their mana, okay. Yeah. Yeah, the 3 Carplusen Forests. This is my experience the entire day yesterday, where we just played a bunch of red decks that started with 4 Painlands, 4 Ramunap Ruins, and I just start every game at 10 life. As it turns out, Painlands are not free. You know, I gotta say, hands with 7 spells look good, you know? Like, look at how many good cards are in my hand. Think of the potential. You ever just feel something and keep a no-lander? You ever do that? Check lands are too bad because you actually don't have a ton of types. Like, you don't have a ton of lands that actually make types. I should probably Thoughtseize them first. In case they have Shredder. Alright, well, their hand's all the same. Their hand is just all the same card. When I played Neobryn, I did that. Yeah, but that doesn't count, you know? Yeah, it is a good 6. That kind of helps. So what did they do? They played Second Pathway, and they played Consider. Just going to use my mana efficiently. Although it's a little dicey if they drew... Because if they drew Cruise, and I don't cast Duress this turn, I'm not going to be able to get the Duress out of their hand, so let's gamble a little bit. Let's hope they drew Duress. Or Cruise. Alright, good call, good call. So their hand is these 4. Streamer made a good call. Because, like, the thing is, if I play the Harvester, it's so likely to die next turn anyways that it's just not... It doesn't accomplish that much to play it, you know? They have this in hand, plus 3 unknowns. 3 unknown cards. Could be anything. Dead. Hiding my ghosting there real well. I have X-ray vision. I can see through the computer. I can actually see every single one of you with my X-ray vision. So if you think that you're not being watched, think again. All right, let's do this one. Exile. I have no creatures, right? I guess one of these then, doesn't matter. And then next turn I can go Throat, attack, exile. I have another Picklock or an Axe. I got Picklock. The Picklock. The Lickpock. Alright, well, everybody's watching the stream naked, so I now have to turn my X-ray vision off. It didn't work out that well, did it? They chose Picklock, right? Okay. So I think what I want to do is go here first. Although it is bad if they have a removal spell for the Trespasser. Okay, that's good. I like to see this. There, 14. Go here, play tap land. Turn it on 2x. Enhance. 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 They milled another Phoenix. Not supposed to do that. And they chose Treasure Cruise. That's a good card to choose. It's a powerful magic card. At least they only have one Phoenix. You know what's pretty funny? Oh, Jesus Christ. Not that. It's pretty funny that Graveyard Trespasser can sometimes be a discard outlet for Phoenix. Like, if they can just go Impulse the Trespasser, discard Phoenix. It's almost like I knew that was going to happen. Well, now they have to discard a spell, right? Oh, they can cantrip now. Oh, Fivehead. They're so smart. They're so smart. All right, are we dead? Not super alive. You know, that would have been a good card last turn before they cast 2 Treasure Cruises. They're at 14. So I can sack Harvester, kill, attack with Hive, eat this. But that's just not a winning line, you know? Like, it technically means that I don't die next turn, but I'm not dead on board anyways. And if they somehow don't have an answer to Sheoldred, maybe I can steal this game if they, like, put me to 1 and stuff next turn, but... I can't crack the Blood because I don't have any cards in hand after I play the Sheoldred. Da, 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 da. The MTG Netflix series. I don't even remember them talking about that. That must have been a while ago, right? All right, they did have the Lightning Axe. Brutal. Yeah, I honestly don't even remember, like, now that you're saying that, I don't even remember there ever being an announcement about a Netflix series. Was it just, like, a bunch of Planeswalkers or whatever? Directed by the Russo brothers. That would have been kind of cool. All right, we are extremely dead. So, Torch, Hearse, go blank. What was I cutting against Phoenix? This card's bad. This card's bad. I think Kroxa's not ideal against them. How many discard spells do I want against Phoenix? It was you. It was you, Fleck. Fleck, thank you for the 21-month resub. Welcome back. Now, I chose to play Rakdos midrange on my own volition. All right. I mean, I do just enjoy playing this deck. I do like it a lot. It is fun to play. See, I'm not a huge fan of Kroxa for 2 reasons. 1, it gets stranded Phoenixes out of their hand, and 2, it gets them faster to cruise. So I have personally never been the biggest fan of Kroxa against them. Now, it is, if you can flash it back, it's obviously very good, because 6/6 meaning not dying to axe is huge. But, like, just the fact that it gets them faster to cruise and it lets them dump bricked Phoenixes means that I don't like it that much. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I've never been a huge fan of it against them. No Fable or no Spell Pierce is nice. Am I crazy? Maybe, but that's at least like been my take on it. And it feels like you don't need it as much when you have the Archfiends. Like, for example, if I was leaning a little bit, if I was playing a list that was like 4 Sheoldred, no Archfiend or something like that, I would be much more interested in playing Kroxa, because then I want to have a good threat that doesn't die to Axe. But because I have like more Archfiends, I'm already kind of insulated against Axe anyways, so I feel like I don't need it as much. At least like that's like my take on it, but Archfiend here would have been nice. Can even pay for Pierce if they have that. I think I'm gonna slow roll the Bankbuster in case they have Brotherhood's End. Yeah. Because if they have Brotherhood's End, they're 100% gonna pop the hearse. So I'd rather just not expose a second artifact. I think. Second RCQ back and you won? Congratulations, Vexing Devils. That's awesome, dude. You love to see it. Main deck 3 Sun Cleanser? Is that where we're at in Modern right now? Main deck Sun Cleanser? I mean, during Nadu format, I was thinking about main decking Harsh Mentor, so I guess it's kind of the same deal, right? But that is a bit aggressive. That is a tad aggressive. Maybe too aggressive for my liking. But I respect it. Like, I see what you're doing there, you know? Yeah, so many energy mirrors. Yeah. But that's awesome. You love to see it. Did you play the ring? I lied. I'm going to play the Bankbuster now. Just because I don't have a lot going on. And, like, our board's kind of good against Brotherhoods anyways, because they can just kill these two. It's decent. I'm not sure. I haven't played Historic. I'm going to take this, I think. Okay, that's fine. They have Impulse, Axe, Prankster. All right, they chose Impulse. I'm not going to do this now. If they draw Cruise, it's bad for me, because they can just go pay 3 mana for a Cruise. But if I do it at end step, they can pick lock and mill over another Phoenix, so I want to wait. I think that's fine. So that was one of the cards they drew. Okay, I'm going to let them connive. And they discarded the other Impulse. We know Axe, Prankster, X. Now I'm going to do it. Because now if they drew the Cruise, then they would have 7 cards in graveyard. So let this happen. Wait, when did they get Revolt? What am I missing? Oh no, they had Fire. I'm looking at the Fatal Push in my hand, thinking that's the card they cast that turn, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, they didn't have Revolt. How did they kill my thing? Oh, I'm losing it. I'm losing it. Streamer has officially lost it. Okay, Axe, Prankster, X. Give me a card, please. It's a pretty good card. Yeah, see, you get it, bruh. Don't bruh me. I mean, I have Urborg in play, so it is realistic that they could have cast a, like, you don't know, they could have played a Fatal Push there. They could be on Grixis Phoenix. This is Rakdos Midrange. These games take forever, by the way. Forever. I think I hold lands. Nah, I lied. Just kidding. I'm not going to hold lands. Don't bruh me. Stop bruhing me. Chat, you're not allowed to bruh me. No more bros. Okay, Axe Prankster. Axe Prankster, Axe Prankster, Axe Prankster. Stop with the bruhs. At what point did we start getting in there with the hearse? Probably next turn, right? I think. How many cards is this? Okay, hot take. maybe not even a hot take. They should put a number on the hearse like they do in Arena, because it is impossible to keep track of this, especially when the permanents get this small. Like, how am I supposed to see how many cards are under the hearse? Like, you can't expect me to count, you know? Skill issue. I mean, look, they're so small. I can't 1, 2, 3, 7, 9, 50. I don't know, man. Do you have a beach to sell me? I mean, I'm buying. I'm interested. If you're talking about beaches, I'm in. All right, Trespasser down. 07s. All right, the Trespasser has deceased.
Oh, win and go.
So it's 10 damage, right? So any creature that crews is lethal. Not quite. I mean, I don't really know how they're getting out of this, to be fair. So I think it's fine. They get a 1 here, right? Have lethal? No, I'm 1 short. Because you also couldn't count. It was 8. Buster token is untapped. Yeah, but I needed to find a creature that crewed to be able to crew. If I needed a creature that crewed the hearse, I guess it didn't matter. I had the token from that anyways. Yeah, never mind. It's something, I guess. Oh, you thought the Buster would be able to attack? Oh, yeah. You can't tap it to draw a card and attack with it. I mean, I guess we just do this, right? Just crew both. Crew both, make them chump. Sounds good. Hive can crew next turn. Enters the battlefield tap, though. How is bro out of stock? Because you spam redeemed it. You guys broed too much. Not out of stock confirmed. They drew a cruise. I think it's going to be a little too late, though. It's a good card, but I don't think it's quite good enough here. All right, to game 3 we go. I will submit again, I think. Do I want more Bankbusters? I guess the question is, is there anything in my deck that I don't like? Like, we could go down on discard spells, I guess. Would you ever consider cutting a Harvester against them? What do you think? Chat, trim a Harvester? I'm thinking like -1 Harvester, -1 Duress, +2 Bankbuster. That's what I'm thinking about. Torch seems mid. I guess post-board, when you have Hearse, Goblike, and Trespasser, you don't need Torch as much to exile Phoenix. Not having Kroxa. Why do people like Kroxa against Phoenix? Doesn't it just, like, let them dump dead Phoenixes out of their hand and turbocharge their crews? Like, I'm curious why you like Kroxa against them. I understand it doesn't die to Lightning Axe, but, like, casting it early just makes them cast crews faster, doesn't it? I think Damping Sphere is too narrow. Damping Sphere is also not great against the, like, Shredder, Profs, Crackling Drake post-board plan. Yeah, you can discard it to Fable. All right, let's try something. Let's try this then. I'll try the Kroxas, per chat's recommendation. I'm not sure I love them that much, but I'll give them a shot, and we'll do 3 Bankbuster, 1 Torch. It sounds like weirdly even better on the draw too, because we can push on their end step their thing, and then slam Hearse on 2. Although, if they have Shredder, they're probably not going to cast it on turn 2, so. Would Extinction Event out of the sideboard be good? I don't think so. Is there a reason to do this now? I don't think so. We got 25k on me winning. Well, I mean, with this hand, I think you'd feel pretty good about that now. Yeah, so Extinction Event is kind of awkward because... I mean, I guess they do have a lot of evens, right? Especially their sideboard cards like Pyromancer and Drake. Could be okay against their postboard plan. I'm choosing to play Meat Hook Massacre over Extinction Event. But I think maybe if I had Extinction Event, maybe you could play one copy. It could be okay.
Meow.
3, 6. So I don't have to do this now. I can wait. Are any of their creatures odd? Now that you mention it, I don't think they are. Alright, Drizzy Drake. We have the second Harvester to kill Drake, which is nice. So that kind of helps. Let's go here. Yeah, I think all their creatures are even. Okay. So now we can go... Just never casting this Fable, I guess. I'm gonna do that. I could have just taken, like, one of the pick locks, maybe, but... So we'll do that, and then I guess just pass. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, well, if they draw exactly Cruise, they have to consider first. But maybe if they lead Consider, I would think about using the Hearse in response in case they top Cruise. Well, no, right? Because if they draw Cruise, they can... Well, I guess they can go draw Cruise, then Consider Graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's fine. They have to kill the Harvester, though, or else we can kill the Shredder. Which it looks like that's their plan. Yeah, they could Prankster into it. They discarded Axe. So they could go Land Cruise, I guess, would punish me. But then if they go Land Cruise, they're not killing the Bloodtithe Harvester, which is nice. And if they cast a removal spell here, well, I guess we know their hand is 2 Pranksters, right? So they can't have removal spell plus Cruise.
Fallen leaves, fallen leaves.
No. Drizzy Drizzle. Whatever that chatter said. I'll take your word for it. And they are not killing the Harvester. I like that. Well, I'm going to start here. I was going to say, we know they can't have 2 cantrips because we know they have 2 copies of Prankster in hand. I guess I'll take one of them, right? Wow, they had the Axe, and they didn't cast it. That's kind of surprising. They were just okay with losing the Harvester. I think I hold land. I want to see what they hit off the Picklock Prankster before using the Hearse. I guess we can't keep them off Cruise anyways. Hit another Picklock. Oh, no, that was in the graveyard. Okay, they have Slight. So their hand is Slight Axe. Slight Axe. I don't think I need to use the Hearse yet. Because, again, I can't keep them off Cruise, so... Banger alert. Banger alert. Banger alert. Yeah, so now we just wait to see if they hit Phoenixes. Because, we can't keep them off Cruise. One, 3.
Take them to drag me away from you.
All right, yield until next end step. So the last card is Lightning Axe, correct? Down in Africa. Last card is Lightning Axe. I will get rid of these 2 lands. Thank you, Fable the Beer Breaker. Jesus. Well, you know. I guess we're doing that. I could cast the Archfiend here, but like if I cast Archfiend, they could draw Cruise to get out of this. So I think if I cast the Go Blank, they just don't really have any way out of this. Like, what could they even draw at this point? I guess like another Picklock Prankster. How many of those do they have left? They have 2 of those left. Draw one of those. I messed up the order. Well, they probably cantripped into the Shredder, right, Sanderson? So they probably didn't have the opportunity to go Shredder into Picklock. Because they went Sleight of Hand, then play Picklock. And if they found the Shredder off the Sleight of Hand, that they couldn't, you know what I mean? They couldn't have actually cast it. Or like they couldn't have triggered the Shredder there. Yeah, I think we just do this. And then I'm going to go to combat. I want to go get a treasure and then discard the blood token, I think. Excuse me. Honestly, could have even seen attacking with the hearse that turn. That wouldn't have been that bad, right? Okay, trade's fine. Because they take 2. Trade's less fine. It's a pretty good draw. And, you know, honestly, I changed my mind. I just kind of just want mana in play. More mana is nice because we can start using these. It's pretty good. They did find Cruise, which they have exactly enough to cast. Ugh, maybe I should have Hearse there. I could have Hearse the 1 Odawara. Yeah, maybe that was right. Because that would prevent them hitting exactly Cruise. All right. They're not dead yet. Not dead yet. This has been a hell of a game. Hell of a game. It's a tough call. Yeah, but I think like the only way I can possibly lose this game is if they hit Cruise exactly. And if I eat the Odawara, then eat 2 more with the Hearse next turn, they can't ever Cruise. And I think like I just don't see myself losing the game if they can't cast Cruise. So I think it was probably actually correct to eat the Odawara, even though it sounds kind of weird. But are they not just dead? Yeah, they're just dead, right? We go 1, 2. Oh, they have a blocker. Well, they're pretty damn close to dead. So now we go copy here. Bush was lethal. Yeah, any removal spell would have been lethal. Let me crew with this. I mean, they're taking 10, right? Right, yeah. Yeah, once you kind of like analyze the board state and think about like what their possible outs are, it doesn't sound like a bad play. But it's like little spots like that, you know, like maximizing your percentage points. That's a really interesting spot to like to think about and look at, you know, like analyzing that spot. All right, we have an Avalonian song request. Good song request. Yeah, I feel like that's maybe a thing that not a lot of people would see. The just like the eating the 1 Odawara to keep them off of exactly Cruise. But something to think about, you know. It's one of those things where like I feel like Phoenix is a deck that a lot of people can pick up and play to like 80 or 85% efficiency, and trying to squeeze out that last 10 to 15% is really difficult. And that goes the same goes for playing against Phoenix too, you know. It's not just the Phoenix players. It's like knowing how their sequencing works, like how many cards they have in their graveyard, how can they cast Cruise, like, you know what I mean? Like there's just a lot of stuff involved. A lot of math. Yeah, well, I mean, you're the Giga Chad, so. What could they even possibly have here for 2 mana? I can't really think of anything. Oh, I copied the wrong one. They actually could have Borrower here. I should have copied this one. I thought I clicked on that one, but all right, they're off it. So 4-1, ended up losing to blue-white control. Yeah, deck's great. I mean, if you are interested in a mid-range deck list for the regional championship in DC, you can't really go wrong with this. As far as the flex slots are concerned, like the 1 Kolaghan's Command, the 1 Torch the Tower, the 2nd Duress, and the Hostile Investigator, I think I would probably swap the Investigator for a 3rd Bankbuster, and I'm not generally a huge fan of Kolaghan's Command. I might just play the 4th Graveyard Trespasser over that because I think it is much better against Phoenix, and that's kind of the one deck that you really want to be prepared for the RC. But yeah, Sideboard was fine. I could see swapping the Liliana, maybe the Meat Hook Massacres for Extinction events, if you wanted to prepare a little bit more for Mono Green. But yeah, I mean, just really small tweaks. Can't go wrong with this deck. If you enjoyed the video, if you made it all the way to the end, like the video, let me know in the comments section down below what you thought. And YouTube, we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye, YouTube. YouTube.